I thought I would start with just a little bit of a check-in and chat video because it's been quite some time since I did some filming. Oh, I'm feeling fresh. I'm feeling fresh. I did just cut my hair, so I'm feeling very fresh, very with it, very fresh. Yes. So anyway, check-in and chat. How are you doing? How am I doing? What are we up to? It's been a while since I've filmed anything. We've just released our 3K special. Our subscribers do ASMR video. I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of everyone that joined in, that did that. So we did great. I love you. Thank you so much for doing it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's do another one in what do we do? We just did 3K, so maybe like 6K or 10K. Let's do some more. Let's get to those goals. Let's crush some goals. So I've been good. I've been bad. I've been everything in between. Life is a roller coaster. Just gotta ride it. Yeah. So no, I've been mostly pretty good in the last day. I'm good today. So I've had real highs and some lowy lows. I've had some physical health problems. Always going to my doctor. I've been to my therapist cancelled on me. Sorry, I've rebooked more appointments. I've got some tests to do. I've got the world is my oyster. I've got so much to do. I've spent the morning doing work emails. But I had to send one work email. But Span, you're unemployed, Span. You don't do a job. No, but I still have to work. I've applied for this grant. I find out today actually if I get a grant. I'm volunteering down at the gallery where they might sell some of my artworks. So all of this stuff is happening in the work, all this work. Not work as you know it, work as I know it. Work. I also have to update I'm gonna open a shop, an online shop with a couple of products that hopefully will be easy to stock and post, like stickers and stuff. I'm working on it. Stickers and prints is what I'm working on, but we'll see how that pans out. So I've had to do work emails and I had to attach things and it didn't work and it didn't send and all sorts of things were going on this morning, and that's fine. I handled it okay, but I do have this to do. I feel like this is also in a sense a job, some work. So I did like non-ASMR stuff in the morning. I've sectioned my days into two halves. Look, this isn't what you're here for. You're like, tell me about the Disney cruise, and I'll get there. But I've sectioned my days into two halves. In the morning, I have to do my life work, like my art stuff, my volunteering, my showering, my haircuts, my preparing food, things that I have to do for life. All my life tasks have to be done in the first half of the day, and then the second half of the day I can have for actually creating art and making videos and editing and other creative pursuits happens in the second half of the day. So I've split my day in half, so it's now the evening, the afternoon. It's actually, I haven't had lunch yet. It's 1:30 p.m. So I've got 4 videos to film this afternoon, at least, probably more, but 1, 2, 3 plus this one, and probably a 4th one because I want to do fluffy mic touching, but that'll be the 4th video I filmed. That's like a little extra. I've got some that I really want to do, but yeah, but this is just a little check-in and chat video where I thought I would just see how you're going, tell you about some things that are going on in my life, which I already started to do. So I went on a Disney cruise. Let me show you. I bought a t-shirt. I feel so rich. I'm poor now, but I felt so rich. I got to go on a Disney Cruise Line ship and I bought official merch. I'm so excited by this. this shirt because it was on special in the shop and it was only $12.99, but everything on the ship is in US dollars for me, so to me it was like $24-25 for this t-shirt, which is actually pretty good, and it fits me. It's bright happy yellow, it's got Disney Cruise Line written on it, it's got this pattern which is on the side of on the boat tunnels, tubes, the chimneys, the boat chimneys, and it says Disney Cruise Line, and it's fun and happy, and I love it, and I love it so much, and it's super comfortable, which is so good and rare, and the fact that it was on special and I was able to buy it. Everything else in the shop was like a minimum of like $65, but merch is often like that. I went to a Matchbox 20 concert recently in Sydney, and it was a couple of days before the Taylor Swift concert, and the Taylor Swift merch is insane. I love a little bit of Tay Tay, a little bit of Tay Swivel. I was more obsessed with her a few years ago rather than right now, and when she was doing the Bad Reputation tour, my sister and I went to see her, and it was so much fun, and it was like Mania. It was great. It actually rained in Sydney, and she was out in the rain doing the song, and it was just actually phenomenal. It was one of the best performances I've seen. But yeah, they had pop-up shops full of merch, and the merch was expensive. It was really expensive, so I think that's actually pretty standard prices. But I was so happy to get it. Yeah, so the experience of being on the boat was great. I've been on one cruise before, 2 cruises before. I've been on a couple of big boats, and I do get a little bit motion sick, but it wasn't too bad. I only vomited once, you know how it is. But yeah, it was so fun. So it was a little bit like a little bit of a taste of Disneyland, a little bit of a taste of Disneyland. It was like it was like Disney characters, like princesses and Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Goofy and Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers. Yeah, so they were there. They were all there, and they were doing like fun and dance shows, and there were movie screenings of Disney movies, and everything was Disney movies. There were hidden Mickeys everywhere, and they did how to draw. Like days where you can go and learn how to draw the characters, which I loved. We went to almost every single one. We didn't get to go to Captain Hook because it was on at the same time as other things, but we did Ursula, and that was a really fun one. But yeah, we did a whole bunch of them. I thought I might do a few showing you what they showed me. Things. This smells so much like burning. But we'll talk about this in a minute. So yeah, it was really fun. There was lots of every night there was. So my 2 favourite parts. There were my thoughts are all over the place. So my 2 favourite parts of the going on the cruise. My 2 favourite parts were the stage plays. So the stage productions. Each night they did a different one. The first one and the last one were like little mashes of all different Disney things together. But the second night was just Frozen. It was a stage production of Frozen, and all of them were so good. It's Wembley. There's a it should be a fire danger. There's a heat wave happening. Heat wave today. The high temperature's only 31 degrees Celsius, which is hot, but it's not like, oh, why is it a heat wave? But the wind is a hot wind coming in from the north. So probably out west actually. Northwest. Anyway, hot air is happening. It's not pleasant. So oh, Disney, yeah. So the second thing that I really loved was the restaurants, the themed restaurants. weren't at the fancy restaurants in the evenings, so for lunch and breakfast, like if you were at the buffet, you had to go and you had to ask, can you make this but be gluten free? And then they would go and do it, and then they'd bring it out to you, which was okay. But everyone else was just like grabbing buffet things, and that was like a place that would get pizza at any time, and you had to like get a special waiter who would write your order down and send it to the kitchen, which is great, but it was a little bit not very user friendly. Like it made me feel like I was a bit of an inconvenience. We also had issues with tipping, like we didn't know when to tip or how to tip, and then they took money out automatically at the end for tipping, and we're like, well, okay. It's just not part of the Australian culture, and we weren't really prepared for that. We didn't know what to do because we're already tipping, like that automatic payment was tipping, but then like asked if we wanted to tip them every time. I accidentally bought a $12 coffee, so I bought this coffee which was $7.99, but it was $7.99 US dollars, so it was like a $14 coffee. Whoops. And it didn't have any prices anywhere on the wall, and I just thought it was included. We both did, and I was like, this seems sus, I don't think it's included, and then it wasn't. But they'd already made it for me, so I paid for it anyway, because I did. But yeah, it was so fun, and they had fireworks. And just the whole thing was themed. We went on a little tour. Of the boat, and we learned that stacks, chimney stacks. So it has 2 chimney stacks, but one's actually fake. And did you know that in the olden days they used to think that the more chimney stacks you had, the better, safer the boat would be. But so the Titanic had fake stacks to make it look like it was safer than it was. And so did the cruise we went on, which was the Disney Dreams. I don't remember the name of the ship. The actual cruise ship. Fantasy, no. Anyway, I don't remember the name of the exact ship, but we did a little tour of the ship, and we learned that. And we learned that all of the carpets were designed, and like the whole ship was designed for the viewers. So like the adults only area had really high ceilings, and the kids area was so cool. So it had lower ceilings and smaller windows to make the kids feel bigger and more, important in the area, like more at home, more comfortable. And we got on the tour. We got to go and see inside the kids area because we don't have kids. We have no inclination to go in there, and it's kind of like just for kids. So we did a tour, and we got to go in and see. And the ceilings are low. All the stuff is everywhere, all kids-size stuff. And then you go into Andy's bedroom, like from Toy Story, and everything's huge. There's this huge bed, huge open ceilings, wider than anywhere else, and it makes you feel tiny, like a toy. And that was really fun. That was so fun. We didn't get to spend much time there because it was just like, oh, look at this feature, look at that feature, move on. But yeah, the people were great, entertaining, very good. Yeah, so that was a really fun experience that we did, and yeah, that was magic. Oh, another thing. So you know the when you wish upon a star, that was like the theme of the boat. So every time they did an announcement, like a ding 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 ding, welcome to Ride Out High, like announcement over the speakers, which was quite often when they did them. It would start with boom bam 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 bam, when you wish upon a star, and also the ship has a horn, like a big, I want to say foghorn, but it's just like the ship's horn, like the toot toot that comes out the top of the boat, and it is exceedingly loud, and it is also boom bam 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 boom bam bam. So I'm thinking about editing together a little video of all the different snippets of being on the boat that I took, and putting it over on my other channel, my reading book channel, because it'll be way too loud. It won't be very ASMR at all, but I don't know, I feel like that's probably not something to put on this channel, unless I could put it on here and label it not ASMR in brackets. Like, sorry I dropped it, but yeah, I'm still thinking about doing that. Hopefully I've put some images up here during this. shelter, like a little zoo thing, but it's really like a rescue centre, where I got to go hang out with Chuffy, who is just a bird in a cage, who was a rescue chuff who would never survive in the wild, very, very personable, loves people, loves them. I got to introduce Christian to Chuffy, and Christian found a friend named Max, who was a cockatoo who liked to play peekaboo, so that was fun. Yeah, so we did that, and then I applied for a micro grant, which is $1,000 of funding from the local area arts coordinator. Like I had to make a CV. I had to write up a CV of who I am and what I've done. Yeah, so I did that. And then I sort of crashed and burned quite heavily. Like I think all these things were great fun things that I did, but even doing things for a fun reason, like going on holidays, really, really, really takes it out of me. I think it's the autism. But I had to recover. I had to recover. I crashed pretty hard for a fair few days, and then I'm just on the tail end of that crashing now, so I'm still super tired, super tired, like you wouldn't understand. I mean, you might understand. Sorry, that was very presumptuous of me. I don't understand how tired I am. I think I'm fine, and then I suddenly get these waves of just, I need to go lie down in my bed for 4 hours. I like nesting. Have you ever heard or done nesting? Which is like, you collect everything you need around you, and then you just stay in that spot, and everything you want or need is within reach. Love that. So I was nesting on my bed with my laptop, playing computers and watching. Well, actually, I wanted to play The Sims, but Sims has been crashing on me. Every time I try to move a Sim in or out, it freezes, and then the game stops working entirely, and then I have to force shut the game, and that's annoying. So I've actually been watching Plumbella play Sims, because I have not watched the videos for a while, so I've got heaps to catch up on, which is kind of nice. I love her and her content so much. Plumbella, she does Sims content, but she also just talks about her like self and her life, and I love her so much. And this, let's get to this now. So my beautiful boyfriend bought a laser cutter. He bought a laser cutter. Crazy man. Anyway, it's great. He made these. So this is my little spaceman. I love him so much. And he laser cut them out, and we're still learning how to do it. So it's a bit dark at the edges, and like he's missing the top of his head and stuff. But he laser cut these for me, which is just so cool. And then because some of them are a bit, yes, one he did that was a bit too shallow, and then when we were trying to get it out, it snapped in half, so that kind of sucks. But he did it like these on these boards. So this is about the board, and he had to work with it. And these are horrifying. These are actually really scary. So here's Spaceman, who burned. He's got these cute little eyes. I actually really like this one. He's got these cute little eyes, but this one's a bit creepy. He's only got the one eye. So this is just testing out the settings and stuff, but I love how this little face has the two little eyes connected just by like the littlest little bits of grains of wood holding it together. So that was a prototype, and then he also tried it again, and he had it lowered down, more centered correctly, but then he stopped it because it was again burning through the wood, as you can see here. And then he was like, let's do it and see if we can get it to cut out. So those worked a little bit better. But this one here is one that had the really light print, really light print that I hand wood burned over. So it was like a stencil, so I would burn over it. Which like is just like another step I don't really need. So you'd have to do something more intricate if we want to do it like this. Because I could just do this by hand without the stencil. Like creepy ones. They're so like existential. Anyway, he got that laser cutter, and that's pretty cool. So how are you? How are you going? How's life? Are you holding up? How are you holding up? Are you doing alright? Are you doing okay? Are you doing fabulous? Are you doing just so unimaginably good? I mean, maybe you are. Maybe you are. Maybe you are. Yeah. Let's just do a little tracing of him. See, he's got these two eyes. He's got a head, an arm, and then some legs, another arm, and two eyes in this dark screen. And I like to put this little, these are the features that make him my astronaut. I put this little hot box here, his little shoulder straps, his little belt, one shoe, and a little patch on this side. Then my little patchwork astronaut, my little spaceman, space them, my little patchwork astronaut, patchwork astronaut. I love to say patchwork astronaut, but I call him Spaceman. It's like his name is Spaceman, but his actually pronouns are any, like she, her, they, them, he, him, he. They don't have a gender, but they are a spaceman, so that's that. They're like, imagine me more as a devoid burnt hat void inside the suit. A void with eyes. Just imagine me as like a burnt void, but with eyes. So anyway, love that. Yes, how are things? How are you? How have you been? Let's do it this way. What sounds on wood? I hope you're okay. Like, I genuinely really hope that you're doing well. And if you do need to rest and recover, if you need to like shave off your head, just do it. It's really helpful. I thinned all this out. And I shaved that bit, which I actually did it with like the buzz cut razor thing. Oh, I won't tell you about my earring too. So I did it with like the buzz cut thing, and I did it with the ones that have long on one side and short on the other, so it sort of tapers in. So hopefully it looks a little bit more professional, a little bit less homegrown. But what I'm thinking is that I might actually do the other side eventually. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I really like the feel and the look of it, so I might just do both sides and have this like long mohawk style weirdo haircut that I'm going to grow out long at the top. I'm going to grow this bit long, these bits short. That's my plan, but then also this bit long, so I could do like a big braid, like a Viking braid down my head with the two shaved short bits, but we'll see. That's all very like in the future. Right now I've just got this little shave bit on this side, and I'm loving it. She's fresh, she's stunning, I'm loving her. Okay, so you can tell I've been watching Pop Biology, by the way. I've been speaking occasionally. It's the echolalia. So what was I going to say? Oh, my earring, let me show you. So I'm a highly sensitive person with too much copper. So I've got copper toxicity, and all my life cheap metals, which actually these might be doing. The metal doesn't really touch my face. Actually, that's lucky. Never thought of that before. Anyway, the cheap metals. I really need to change these frames. I hate these frames anyway, but the fact that the metal might actually be touching my face might be giving me a rash. That's interesting. So cheap metals have given me a rash to things that aren't silver, gold, or I think sterling. Not either sterling, silver. Stainless steel. I think stainless steel is okay. I think. I can never quite remember. But other metals have always given me like I call it neck bleeds, but it was like this orange rash. It really hurt and kind of would bleed in places from jewelry was three on one side, four on the other, and then a whole bunch up the top and one on this side, all over my ears, right? And no. So the first two I got done when I was 16 never really healed. I was like, that's fine. It's enough. I just have to wear them all the time. If I take them out, they heal over, close over. That's fine. Whatever. Years later, when I was like 18 or 20, I got more done. So then I ended up with 4 on this side and 3 on that side. So that was fine. And they're all stars, and I would change them, and I would have. And then eventually I was like, I've got to stop changing them because every time I change them, I get infected, and then it hurts a lot. So then I had sleepers in for ages, for years and years and years. And then I was like, you know what? I really like the aesthetic of studs up the top. I didn't really think about it. Went to the mall, got 3 on one side, 1 on the other. Seems to be my life routine. I don't know why. I like to be lopsided. I'm a little bit all over the place. So they all got really, really badly infected. Never healed at all. Never even got to the point where I could take it in or out. It just never got any better. It just really, really hurt forever. So I ended up having to go to the walk-in nurse's clinic, and he was like, you need to take these out of your ears right now because you have a really bad infection. I'm going to give you some antibiotics, and if you leave them in there, your ears might melt. So I had this infection that was about to turn like a gangrenous sort of thing. So trigger warning health stuff. Sorry, should have said that first. My bad. But he was like, if you don't take these out, you're gonna need to have surgery. It's gonna melt the cartilage in your ears. You need to take these out immediately, and just pray to the gods that you don't already have this problem. So then I took all of them out. I didn't have the problem. They were all sort of healed. They still hurt. Lots of scar tissue around all of the holes, but I've recently discovered these. So long story short, this is a little ear cuff. It's a cuff. I got this one, so it has to be sterling silver, but I did get it off Temu because I haven't been able to find them anywhere. All of the jewelers shops that I've been into looking for these don't exist. Everyone on Etsy that I've found have been like big elf ears, which are fun, but I just wanted something understated that I can just so you just clip it on, like you literally just slide it on, and then it's just a little cuff that sits on my ear. I'm not sure if you can see that, but anyway, but it's really nice, and I like it. I really like it, and I like that I can put my glasses on and off. God, I need new frames so bad. Let me just turn this off and on again. I just have to wait a minute, and it's gonna automatically turn off, and then I'll turn it on again because I only records to 29 minutes, and then it reshoots, then turns off because the camera thinks that it's a photograph camera, not a filming camera. It's so annoying. I don't know how to override it. I might look into that. I'm not sure how, but it just means I can only film for half an hour, and then I have to turn it back on again. And if I don't notice that happening, I forget, and then I keep talking and keep filming, and there's no coming back from that. I have to anyway, I've got 42 seconds. I'm not very good at waiting. I forgot to put my thing on. Tomorrow, next video, I'll put that on. In the next video. I might even end up cutting all of this out. Who knows? I might leave it in just for you is watching. That worked. So if you're watching this, the little clap was so I could line up the audio. I don't do it softly, rather than really loud like I usually do, but it just lines up the audio better because there'll be one audio and 2 chunks of video in the editing because that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But yeah, this is my ear cuff, and what's really cool about it too is that it doesn't give me the neck bleed, so it doesn't give me a rash, and it just clicks on, and you can just squeeze it tighter or pull it looser. It's silver, and you just click it on, right? And then there, it just sits there, right? That's really cool. I love it. It does get lost in my hair a little bit, so shave my head so you can see my earring. Is that why I did it? Probably, honestly, probably. So yeah, love it. And this one's just 3 little roses, 3 little flowers, 3 little silver roses, and I love it. There's another one. I got like 3 or 4 of them. 2 of them weren't real silver. You could tell because they gave me a rash. And the other one was like a really dainty dragonfly, which was really cool, but I lost it. It came off. It like twisted around in a different way and was much thinner than this one. So I like this one because she's thick. She'd be a little bit more thick. 2C's thick. Love it. So I'm gonna hopefully get more of those as time goes by. But this one's so far great. It's a lot uncomfortable, very holds. This is much looser. It just kind of, it's just a cuff. So anyway, that's probably enough from me for this check-in and chat. I hope you're doing well. I really hope you're doing well. Let me know. Let me know if you want to talk to me. Reach out. I'm here. I'm here for you. Your imaginary friends, man. Cool. I love you so much. I hope you're doing well. I hope you've fallen asleep, or at least gotten some sort of friendship, kinship, relaxation, and friendly face, some sort of calm in your life from this video. And I do genuinely really hope that you're doing well. I'll see you very soon. Okay. I love you and good night. Good night.